All right, here we go. February 14th, 2021. Tour of my garden. As you can see, things are growing pretty crazy. Cabbages are starting to come around. Some of them have a little bit longer to go. I believe this is a late Dutch. Late meaning it takes a bit longer. As you can see, the middle quite hasn't developed. It's working on it. Huge plant though. Good 2 foot in diameter. These ones over here are hanging in there. There's a red cabbage. Napa cabbages are all bolting. I don't expect anything out of these ones. This one hasn't flowered yet, but it probably will. Anyway, this cabbage, I'm not sure which one it is, but this is huge. Definitely bigger than the softball. Should actually get nice and firm, very firm. I could probably pick this one anytime. Kind of waiting for the outer areas to start splitting. I got a little bit right in there, but I think I can make it at least another week. So that one's doing good. Can't wait to try it out. And here's another one just like it. A little bit more behind. Still nice and firm. Very big though. Let this cauliflower go just a little too long. See, it's starting to open up. But I will pick this a little bit later and we will cook it tonight. It will still be good, along with some broccoli. Carrots doing really good. Figured out where the ants had gone for the fall and winter. Now they've been harboring in my carrot plants. Anyway, I took a plastic container, emptied it, washed it out, poked some holes all the way around, filled it with a little bit of borax and sugar, a little bit of liquid, mixed it up, put it in there. It's supposed to work pretty good. Anyway, garlic is doing really good. You can see these things are huge. I mean, look at these. They're much bigger than last year's plants. So we'll see how the bulbs develop. Still got a few months to go. Now these are side shoots, believe it or not, on the broccoli. Look how big that is. So I've already cut a main stem. You can see right down in there where I originally cut. And these are pretty big. Starting to open up a little bit like this one, but I will cut those tonight and add that to the broccoli. Of course, the green onions, but look at these right here. Oh my goodness, we have strawberries. I kept this over from last year. I mean, look at that. I thought it would die out, but it's recovered. It's starting to warm up, even though it's February right now. We're having some decent weather for another week or two. In fact, in a week and a half or so, it's going to get about 80 around here. I got to do something with this lettuce. They're bolting, which is fine. Oh, there's a little bee. See, the bees like it. It's good. Good pollinators. But that means my lettuce is wrapping up. There's still some decent loose leaf pickings. But I got to clean some of these out and get some new seeds in another month or so. March, April, I'll have a lot more. Yeah, the bees are out right now, that's for sure. Well, I picked up some onion sets. I was hoping to find the little plants, but oh well. I got some seeds planted and we'll take a look at later. But the onion sets are little tiny onions that have apparently grown for a little bit, and then they put them in dormant. Anyway, you can see them sprouting. I have this to keep the cat from disturbing this. Cat really loves to go nuts on my open containers. Anyway, these are all full of various red, white, and brown onions. And this raised bed, kind of experimenting how much I can pack in there. I didn't even pack it as much as I thought. I went with a red cabbage, broccoli over here, another cabbage. There's a nice big one starting to develop like that first one I showed you. And then there was a cauliflower here. I've already harvested it. Threw in a bunch of garlic throughout, and then on top of it all, this tomato plant just pops out of nowhere. Volunteer, so I'm letting it go. But the bed's doing really well. Some of these broccoli varieties I planted from seed aren't really so hot. A lot of the ones that did really well are the starters I got from a big box store. But we're still getting some. Like here's one right here, little shoot. Nothing too big, but it'll all get eaten. Getting a lot of spider mite, not spider mites, I said that last time. These are just the aphids actually. So I'm hoping they don't mess up the actual cabbages, but we'll see when I go to harvest them. I've harvested all these broccolis, but there's a lot of side shoots popping up. Some of my wildflowers that I went from seeds last year are coming up too. And you can see there's a lot of little side shoots, little bits and pieces that you gather here and there, and it adds up to a bit. So all the middle area, which was a nice big crown, is gone. Finally got rid of, I haven't had to do a lot of work past few weeks. It's been busy at my normal work. Had about 30 minutes today. Anyway, this was that Napa cabbage that was really huge and flowering. I just decided to get rid of it. It was blocking a lot over here. In fact, it was blocking this cabbage out, which now has some nice sun. I did a little cleaning in here, nothing too much, but this was really getting out of hand. A lot of things were bolting, various lettuces, but look at all this dill. Now to let the dill really shine. I mean, this is really good. We put it in salads, a little bit on my sandwich. I mean, it's just really nice. Like there's some more, I gotta pull out. This one is Arugula that bolted. But we're still getting some flowers on the pea plant. This is a spring blush, and it's still producing. We had a really nice vegetable of all peas last night. A little bit of bacon, a little bit of garlic, just bacon to give it some flavoring. And you can see we still have a lot of various peas. See that little reddish blush? They don't all have that, but that's what gives them their blush. But I'm very happy with the way the peas have come out this year. Oh, I got a lot of them. Some of them I need to pick. Getting a little plump. And I took one off that was all dried up and I'll use for seeds. There's another one. So here's one. And I'm leaving this one on. It's hard to tell in the shade, but it's really plump. It's starting to dry up. And when it dries up, that'll be my seeds for the next planting. I'm very happy with that. Celeries are all doing really good. Getting a bit bigger as well. I haven't really used it much, but that's new for this year. And we have a lot of bolting. That's why I got rid of some of them already, because I still have a lot of flowers that attract the bees. So I'll leave these here for a little bit. Some of this is the broccoli, and then more Napa cabbage that bolted in the back. Just here's another Napa cabbage right here. Just other than the flowers, it's been a waste for those. I believe this is the purple broccoli. I really haven't had any purple broccoli come out yet. This is some of the seed varieties that the plants do okay, but I haven't had much yet. Some of this broccoli, I've let it go a little long, but they're still pretty good. I get some usable side shoots. Another cabbage. This one is really bad with the aphids, but we'll see what I can salvage. It's a little bit smaller, but getting there. And here's my onion seeds. These are mostly red onions. I had a couple leftover sets that I threw in here, but we can see we're getting some decent little sprouting compared to last time. Some of these are getting pretty big, actually. So I'm happy with that. First time growing from seeds on onions. So we'll see how they turn out. Really happy. Over here, I trimmed up this one. In fact, I'll be taking this out. This was bolted, really 3 feet tall flowers. Anyway, I'll clear it out to make room so this other stuff can grow. But these darn aphids are starting to pop up everywhere. Italian oregano is flowering. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I had no idea they would look like that. But anyway, we made some pizza for Super Bowl. Had some fresh oregano and some fresh basil. Could look a little bit better, but it's hanging in there. Of course, the parsley's still doing well. Got more broccoli. Lots of broccoli. There's another one over there. Another cauliflower. I'm not sure if I'll use this. It's opened up a bit, and I think there's some bugs in there, so I might leave it alone. Some more cabbage, just waiting on this will be a big ball. Some of the other ones are a little pointy. Anyway, some of these, like I said, some of these broccoli. Here's another, like a purple one. I just not really getting any broccoli yet. Another purple broccoli. There's nothing really developing. A lot over there of regular type. I'll pick what I can, go with dinner. And as you can see, all these flowers bolting from the Napa cabbage. Like I said, it's good. It looks nice with the flowers, and the bees like it. And anyway, quite a jungle. And I'm waiting for, obviously, spring to start a lot of that stuff. And we still have some crazy tomato action. I got a whole bunch inside. Still tons of tomatoes everywhere. Here, cluster there. Anyway, doing really nice. Expect that to definitely continue through spring and probably even longer. Anyway, that's about it that I can think of. Like I said, everything's doing good. I mean, look at that in-ground. Although it hasn't been as productive on the in-ground section as I hoped, there's still cabbages that are coming along. And I've picked quite a bit, so I'm happy. Pepper plant still doing good. In fact, there's a tomato plant down in there that is popping up. Another volunteer, but I still have lots of serranos. So happy about that. Can never have too many peppers. Anyway, that's it until March. I plan on having all sorts of new stuff going into the ground in March. And probably at least a month from now. Like I said, a lot of this has still got to go. You can't pull it out until you're ready. Anyway, I will see you next time. Bye-bye.